What is going on, traders, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad to have you. On this channel, I go over key levels and catalysts that I'm focusing on, along with a watch list of stock tickers that I may trade. In this video, I'll be going over my watch list for the trading week of October 9th, 2023. Let's get to it. Alright, first up, the catalyst. Now, the markets had a slight dip following the overseas conflict that began on Friday. We'll have to pay close attention to the news because any major development could cause a swing in the trading direction. Now, on Wednesday, we get the producer price index and the September minutes from the FOMC meeting. Now, Thursday, we get the CPI numbers. And lastly, we have two Fed officials scheduled to speak today, Monday. Let's take a look at this week's earnings calendar. So this week, we're beginning another earnings season, highlighted by banks on Friday. Now, the companies I'll be watching will be Pepsi, Walgreens, JP Morgan, and Wells Fargo. Let's get started with the watch list. First up is the S&P 500 ETF, ticker symbol SPY, and here I have it zoomed in on the weekly time frame. Now, last week when we looked at the SPY, I mentioned that even though we sold off for a few weeks, we were still in this uptrend that started back in October of last year, and we were watching 420. Now, you can see that we did sell off quite a bit, but once it hit around 420, we rallied back up and closed above. So technically, we're still in an uptrend. Now, with the SPY sitting at 429.50, in order for me to consider it bullish, it has to get above 432.50. And if it does, I'm looking for it to close this weekly imbalance up to $443. Now, on the bearish side, if SPY cannot get above 432.50, I'm looking for it to drop down to around $420. If it can't hold that, we could be on our way back down to 406. So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. So with the conflict going on overseas, I think it's still a good idea to keep our eye on the energy sector. So let's take a look at the Spider Trust Energy ETF, ticker symbol XLE, and here I have it zoomed in on the 4-hour time frame. Now, I'm recording this during pre-market, so the stock is currently moving. Right now it's around $88, but in order for me to consider it bullish, it has to get above 89. If it does, then the first level I'm looking for it to test is going to be around 90. If it gets above that, $90.50. Now, if it gets above 90.50, it could possibly run all the way up to around $93.30. And this highlighted area is a very strong resistance for this stock, all right? Now, on the bearish side, if it cannot get above $89, then the first level I'm looking for it to test is going to be around 88. If it can't hold that, then it can drop all the way down to around $84.50. So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. All right, and the last one we're going to look at today is Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN, and here I have it zoomed in on the weekly time frame. Now, the company has a Prime Day event. It's going to be on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. Now, this could end up being a sell the news where the stock sells off, or the hype could make it run up. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm recording this during pre-market, so right now the stock is sitting around 126.50. In order for me to consider it bullish, it has to hold $126. If it does, then the first level I'm looking for it to test is going to be around 132. If it gets above that, 136. Now, if it can hold 136, the ideal scenario is for this to run all the way up to around $145 by the time they report earnings at the beginning of November. Now, on the bearish side, if Amazon cannot hold $126, then I'm looking for it to drop down to around $119, all right? So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. And that is the end of the video. If you find value in the videos that I publish, smash that like button and please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you're looking to get started with investing, check out the pinned comment in this video for a link to Webull, where you can get up to 12 free stocks for signing up and depositing just 1 penny. Now, here's wishing you a prosperous week of trading, and until next week, talk to you later.